Hello and welcome back to our weekly news digest. I'm Aselisa Tubaldina and here is what's making headlines in Kazakhstan. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's visit to China with nearly 70 agreements worth about $15 billion, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit, a jump in the international peace ranking, and Kairat's Champions League fixtures. Let's dive into it. This week, global attention turned to China's port city of Tianjin, where the Shanghai Cooperation Organization held its 25th summit, the largest in its history. Among the leaders in attendance was Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, who used the platform to outline his country's vision for deeper regional cooperation. The two-day meeting brought together more than 20 world leaders and the heads of 10 international organizations. Founded in 2001 by China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, the SCO now boasts a combined economic output of nearly $30 trillion. In his remarks, President Tokayev reaffirmed Kazakhstan's commitment to the SCO's core principles: a multipolar world order, security and stability, respect for sovereignty, fair trade and mutually beneficial investment. China's President Xi Jinping proposed the Global Governance Initiative, urging countries to work together for a more just and equitable global governance system. He also called on members to resist what he referred to as the Cold War mentality and bloc confrontation. He pledged nearly $1.4 trillion in loans and around $280 million in grants for SCO member states. Xi also floated the idea of creating an SCO development bank to strengthen economic cooperation. The economic numbers reinforce that China's trade with SCO states has surpassed $2.3 trillion, while investments now top $84 billion. For Kazakhstan alone, trade with SCO partners reached nearly $70 billion in 2024. The summit concluded with the adoption of the Tianjin Declaration and a new development strategy through 2035. 4 new SCO centers were approved, targeting regional security, transnational organized crime, information security and anti-drug cooperation. Tokayev's trip to China didn't stop there. He continued on to Beijing, an unusually lengthy visit for the Kazakh leader, where business took the center stage. There he met with top Chinese executives and addressed the Kazakh-Chinese Business Council. The outcome is substantial: 70 agreements worth nearly $15 billion. Among them, an agreement between Kazmunagas and China CNPC to double annual capacity at the Shymkent oil refinery. Deals aimed at modernizing Kazakhstan's power grid, developing a pump storage hydropower project, and contracts for new locomotives to renew the national railway fleet. Bilateral trade between Kazakhstan and China hit a record $44 billion last year. Beijing has invested $27 billion into Kazakhstan's economy, and more than 6,000 companies with Chinese capital are active in the country. And for more expert insights on what this means for Kazakhstan and the region, make sure to check the latest analytical piece on the Astana Times website. Some positive news for Kazakhstan on the global stage this week. The country has climbed 5 spots in the latest Global Peace Index, strengthening its reputation as one of the most peaceful nations in its region. The report, published by the Sydney-based Institute for Economics and Peace, ranks Kazakhstan 56 out of 163 countries and territories. Regionally, Kazakhstan now ranks 3rd in Eastern Europe and Central Asia, behind only Bulgaria and Romania, and ahead of all its neighbors. Armenia placed 58th, Uzbekistan 67th, the Kyrgyz Republic 78th, Tajikistan 79th, and Turkmenistan 87th. The improvement comes as Kazakhstan recorded better scores on safety and perceptions of crime. Analysts note that despite a global trend toward higher militarization, the country has managed to maintain relative stability. Globally, however, the picture is less encouraging. The report warns that the world as a whole is becoming less peaceful, with average levels falling by more than 0.3%. 74 countries improved their ranking this year, but 87 saw declines. Iceland, once again, holds the title of the world's most peaceful nation. The report emphasizes that building what it calls positive peace, which focuses on resilient institutions, public trust and community cohesion, is crucial for long-term stability. Kazakhstan's climb in the index suggests it's moving in that direction. From peace to football, a historic moment for Kazakhstan's sporting scene. UEFA has unveiled the group stage fixtures for the 2025-26 Champions League, and Almaty's Kairat is set for the spotlight. Kairat will begin its group stage on September 18th, opening away against Sporting Clube de Portugal. But the real headline comes less than 2 weeks later, September 30th, when Almaty hosts Real Madrid, one of the world's most iconic football clubs, for Kairat's very first home match in Europe's top competition. The Central Stadium in Almaty will host the game. Officials expect up to 5,000 tourists for the game, said to be one of the biggest sporting events for the country in recent years. The road ahead is packed. After Real Madrid, Kairat will face Pafos at home on October 21st, then travel to Milan for a game with Inter Milan on November 5th. Later, it's Copenhagen away on November 26th, and Olympiacos in Almaty on December 9th. The group stage closes in early 2026 with 2 decisive fixtures. A new flight route is about to make Southeast Asia a little closer for Kazakhstan. Starting December 1st, direct flights will link Almaty with Bangkok. The Civil Aviation Committee confirmed that Thai Air Asia X, a low-cost carrier from Thailand, will operate the new service. 4 weekly flights are scheduled on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. Officials say the launch is part of Kazakhstan's broader effort to expand international air connectivity. For travelers, it means easy access to one of Asia's most popular destinations, while boosting inbound tourism from Thailand to Central Asia.